It's been a few months since the anomalous event and the appearance of the temporal crystals, and we still don't understand much, but I'll try to make things a little more clear for you. As you're well aware, we call this the Mannequin threat. Let's learn a bit about how this works, shall we? This is what we've been able to ascertain: the mannequins have the ability to freeze time. Everything stops but the mannequins themselves. They move around freely in the frozen world. The aliens possess powers of camouflage that allow them to take the shapes of ordinary humans, and hide among us. As you understand, this is all very disturbing and puts us at a severe disadvantage. Every time we get close, the mannequins attempt to blend in. When they are hidden among us, we are very vulnerable to their attacks. It doesn't take more than a single touch to put an agent out of commission. I am guessing you think that I must be done with the bad news now, right? Wrong. They are also inhumanly fast, and can dash straight into us from a long distance. Well, you can guess what the result of that is. It's horrible. Just horrible. Mannequins, at least the ones we see on Earth, seem to have one singular task: to freeze humans for their own nefarious purposes. To do this as efficiently as possible, they have found ways to grow in strength. One such strategy is to absorb the output of our energy extractors. We have found a way to counter this, but it requires us to stop them from absorbing the energy within a certain time. If they absorb 2 energy extractors, they will be able to echolocate the position of any nearby human that isn't frozen, almost like a bat. Very peculiar. afraid I'm not totally done with the bad news. See, mannequins are a hardy bunch, and after death they can be revived by a comrade. Good news, haha, finally, right? Is that they can only do this until the signals between their brain, organ, and what we think is their heart stop completely. That concludes the briefing. Remember, the mannequins are a cunning species, and they rely heavily on cooperation between individuals. If we allow them to work well together, there is no stopping them. James, how do I turn this thing off? I can't. Turns off recording device. Is this thing on? James? Can you? Okay. Welcome to basic training, Agent. I'll give you some light context to the conflict, but please refer to the manual later. We expect you to know all 800 pages by heart. It's been a while since the anomalous event and the appearance of the temporal crystals. We still don't understand much, mind you. The mannequins are a new threat to our civilization. We call them that based on their uncanny ability to mimic the human body. They have the ability to freeze time. Everything stops, except for the mannequins who can still move around freely in the frozen world. If you ever spot a mannequin on the move, you'd do best to eliminate it at once. The chance might not come back. Some frozen humans look awfully suspicious, don't you think? It is very likely a mannequin in disguise. You could shoot it to make sure. Sometimes, however, you will be tricked. Posing mannequins look very similar to first responders, frozen in time. If you shoot any of them, your magnetic gun will jam for a few seconds. Now, we'll move on to your EMF reader. Analyzing magnetic signatures is a great tool for finding any nearby lurking mannequins. It's fairly self-explanatory. The higher the reading, the closer you are to a mannequin. Eliminating posing mannequins is one of the more important skills you must learn to master. Let's take a look at your Gauss detector, shall we? It detects mannequins within a larger area. The energy expenditure is immense, though, so don't overuse it, or accounting will want to have words. If you use it correctly, any mannequin should stand out as clear as day. With the mannequins clearly visible, eliminating them shouldn't be too much trouble. Okay, next up, something quite different, but very important. The energy extractors are immensely helpful, and incidentally the reason we're all in this mess. Ha ha ha. When they have been active for a set time, your abilities will be boosted and give you a vast advantage. For instance, all present mannequins will now be visible in your thermal visor. The mannequins obviously don't want this to happen and will try to shut them down. Should you spot one in the proximity of an energy extractor, you should take them out immediately. If an agent has been frozen by the mannequins, don't lose hope. Just touching a frozen agent seems to reverse the polarity of the mannequin freeze energy. The crux is, you only have a few precious seconds to revive your frozen friends. Better make them count, eh? And with that final piece of information, we conclude the briefing. Right, James? Nothing else. What? Ha ha ha. Go get them, agent, and remember, the future of mankind rests upon your shoulders.